Assalamu alaikum class 6 students. Today we are going to do page number 8 activity 1.2 from PTB science book. This is the activity. For it you will need a light microscope, prepared slide of human cheek cells, prepared slide of onion cells. You will get cheek cells from a dead body and prepared onion slide of onion cells you will get from that onion membrane. Procedure. Observe the slide of onion cells under the microscope. Draw a diagram of one onion cell. ये अब यहाँ पे आपको ये ऑब्जर्व करवाना चाह रहा है कि प्लांट सेल और एनिमल सेल में क्या डिफरेंसेस होते हैं. ऑफ कोर्स डिफरेंसेस होते हैं. ये देखें, अब ये है एक प्लांट सेल और ये है एक एनिमल सेल. अब हम इसके डिफ्रेंशिएट पढ़ेंगे, इसके डिफरेंसेस पढ़ेंगे. डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन प्लांट एंड एनिमल सेल. Cell membrane, nucleus, mitochondria and endoplasmic reticulum etc. are present in both plant and animal cells, but there are some differences too. For example, plant cell has cell wall. Cell wall is present, while in animal cell wall is absent. Nucleus lies near the side of the cell wall because of the large vacuole, while in an animal cell, nucleus lies in the center of the cell, like this. Single large vacuole is present, while in animal cells many small vacuoles are present. These blue. Chloroplasts are present because they absorb sunlight for photosynthesis in a plant leaf. Chloroplasts are absent because animals don't need photosynthesis to produce their food. They get food from their environment. Centrioles are absent. Centrioles are present. Centrioles are necessary for the cell division. Because plant cells don't need to divide, that's why they do not have any centrioles. Next is unicellular and multicellular organisms. Uni means one and multi means many. Usually you have seen that give me multicolored bangles. Multicolored bangles mean different colored bangles. Multi means many. Some living organisms are made of one cell and some are made up of many cells. For example, this Chlamydomonas. Bacteria, Chlamydomonas, amoeba and paramecium are unicellular organisms. Underline the definition of unicellular organisms. The living organisms made of only one cell are called unicellular organisms. Uni means one, while multi means many. The living organisms made of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. Multi means like this. Now this has many bone cells. This one is one bone cell. This black spot is its nucleus. Now there are many bone cells in only one part of bone. So how many cells of a human are there? Many, trillions, billions. That's why a human is called multicellular organism. Underline the definition of multicellular organism. The living organisms made of more than one cell are called multicellular organisms. Plants, animals which we see around us are multicellular organisms. This plant, the butterfly and this boy. Next is cells form tissues. Cells form tissues means जो एक खुलिया होता है वो काफ़ी सारी खुलियाँ मिलके एक टिश्यू बनाते हैं. टिश्यू को हम उर्दू में बाफ्त कहते हैं. वैसे ये ज़्यादा मुश्किल हो गया है. In multicellular organisms, cells work in groups. A group of cells performing same function is called a tissue. This is the definition of tissue. Underline it. Plants and animals have different tissues in their bodies. Some plant tissues are epidermal tissue. This is the epidermal tissue. The outer covering of a cell is made up of epidermal tissue. Epidermal tissue covers the roots, stems and leaves of plants. As I said before, these cover the plant body. Next is xylem. Xylem and phloem are the most important plant cells because xylem conducts water, means supplies water, and phloem supplies food. Xylem tissue conducts or supplies water and dissolved salts from roots to the leaves and maybe nutrients also. This is the xylem tissue in a plant. This is the epidermal tissue. This is the phloem. This is the xylem. while this is mesophyll. Mesophyll and phloem we will read further. Phloem tissue. Phloem tissue carries prepared food from the leaves to the other parts of plants, like this. Mesophyll tissue. Mesophyll tissues present in leaves make the food for the plant. There are two types of mesophyll tissues. As in this animation, there are two types of mesophyll tissues. Palisade mesophills, these are long, while spongy mesophills are ovules or circles. Next, we will read about some animal tissues. Muscle tissue. In an animal's body, muscle cells form muscle tissues to help in movement. These are three types of muscle tissues. Next are the bone tissue. Bone tissue is formed by bone cells. The strong and solid tissue gives shape and support to the body. Muscle tissues are attached to the bone tissues. This is an example of microscopic bone tissue. Blood tissue. Blood cells form blood tissue. This tissue carries materials from one part of the body to the other. Usually these carry oxygen. This is the microscopic view of an blood tissue sample. These are red blood cells. These are three types of white blood cells and platelets. Platelets are the cells which clot the blood running out of the body. Usually when you get a cut or the scrape, the wound is covered by platelets. In this diagram, four tissues are explained: nerve tissue, muscle tissue, blood tissue and bone tissue. Nervous tissue is this type. In an animated view, it looks like this. Alhamdulillah, I have cleared all the topics, and if not, then you can ask me in comments. I hope that your Eid will be gone well and you enjoyed a lot. And thank you very much guys for 109 subs, and subscribe this channel for amazing musical videos. If you love music, then subscribe this channel, and it's my very close friend, so don't forget to subscribe. Allah Hafiz.